Hey there, it's Jenny, and just a reminder, if you enjoy this video, please like it, and if you're not subscribed, please do so as well. First, I want to state that I have a cold this week, which is why I've been a little bit quiet here since recently I've been able to get a lot of videos up, but I've been trying to fight this cold off. So we are going to plan this week in my big teacher happy planner. And the first thing that I will do after removing the pages from the planner itself, because who wants to work around the discs, is I will trim a 2-inch section of sticker paper and then adhere that down over the days of the week. I don't want those there. I want them to go across the top, and so that's why I will just use the sticker paper to cover it up. It's a super quick and easy way to do this. It really requires no skill at all, in fact, and this way I can make the rows as I'd like them and then put the days of the week across the top. Now you can see once I put the sticker paper down, I have a mostly blank slate. So I do leave the October or the month up in the upper left-hand corner. But as far as the rest of it goes, I like to use stamps and sometimes stickers as well to add the different categories for the rows and then the days of the weeks and the dates across the top. So I've pulled out a handful of stamps from my stash that I'd like to use, and I'm going to use the stamps for the categories on the side. Now this week I am going to change it up a tiny bit. I have been using the same categories for all 5 of the rows. I've decided that instead of doing dinner at the bottom, I want to have a category that is like work due dates and then a category that is work to-dos. So the work due dates are new. I have not been doing that, but I thought, well, let's try this out and see, because I really do like to record my dinners. However, I sometimes am forgetting to do that, and then by the time I remember, I can't even remember what we had for dinner, and so then what's the point of using an entire box to do that? So maybe the work due dates will help me be more efficient. So we'll see. I'm going through the swatches of my Stamp Market inks because I want to see which green ink I have that I like the best with this particular sticker kit, which is from Let's Plan It, by the way. I have many greens and I like them all, and most of them would probably go fine if you want to know the truth, but I wanted to just find the right one since I can. I landed on this emerald green, and then I'm stamping the days of the week across the top. Sometimes I stamp, sometimes I use stickers. It really just depends on if the stickers that I'm using, like the kit, came with date covers, if I have something in mind, or if I'd like to stamp, really just a myriad of different things. So I'm using the green for those days of the week. Now I have a lot of small blocks, clear blocks that you use for stamping, but I don't have enough to stamp all of the things and all of the days of the week too, so I did have to clean some off. Now I want to find mild liners that will, and clean color dot markers that will coordinate with the colors in the kit. So again, they're not always going to be a perfect match. I mean, they're not made necessarily to go together. So it's about finding the ones that work the best and the ones that I can live with as a whole. So I have like 4 different oranges in my mild liners. If I pulled out like my Sharpies or something like that, I could probably have even more oranges, honestly. But I wanted to see which one worked the best with this particular kit. And then same thing with the greens, because I think I've got like 3 different color straight up green, but who knows which one's actually going to go unless I swatch them out and check them out. So that's what I decided to do there. Now I'm going to, there's just so many working parts. Now I'm going to add the dates across the top. So I'm just going to use these simple dot stickers. They are a sticker book that I regularly use because there's lots of colors. And honestly, they're just nice and functional. They're not fancy. They're not really particularly special. They just really get the job done. And there are many colors, so they coordinate with lots of different things. Now, I typically have not been using box stickers to write my activities or appointments, things like that, in this particular planner. I suppose really because I don't love the way that it looks. It gets to feeling kind of choppy, I guess, versus just writing directly on the page with the mild liners and my pen feels a little bit more cohesive. But I also have these box stickers and I do like to change it up. And since I changed the order as well as the categories, the order of the categories, so like my appointments and my activities are at the bottom, let's give it a go. Let's see what we think at the end of the week. I can never really be sure what that's going to look like. And so, yeah, let's just see, let's try it out. And also I'm seeing that maybe boxes might really work in the work to-dos or like the work due dates, not the to-dos. Because okay, on Thursday I have this one thing. Okay, well, a box sticker might actually really work then. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. And for me and how I'm always evolving, always changing, it's really important that I don't close myself off to things because I do find different ways of doing things and I do find ways that are better for right now for me as well by keeping my mind open and trying new stuff. So think of all the things that I wouldn't be doing. I'd still be planning like I did in like 2016 if I didn't open my mind up to it. So I just think that's important. I wouldn't want to stay the same for all those years. So got to embrace some new things. Am I right? All right, so I'm using 3 different colors of mild liner and I'm using 3 different colors of the Zig Clean Color dot markers. And I'm very pleased with how this is all turning out. And I say that because I was skeptical at the beginning if these colors were going to be acceptable because they're kind of a stretch, but you really just never know, again, what you're going to get sometimes and how it's going to work out together. And I don't want to always just use the same colors together. Like I want to branch out and I want to try new things. And I always find that I surprise myself, or I often surprise myself. Now, my husband traveled for work this week, and I do like to notate that across the top of my planner. It's just kind of like a catch-all, like reminder / important section. Probably sounds kind of weird because it does, because I can't put a name on it, but I use it for a variety of things, I guess, is the best way to describe that. So I like to notate my husband's work schedule, though, or when he travels for work, because it's just one of those things that I'm not sure where else I would put it, honestly, but it feels like it's noteworthy and should be notated. So I also really do like using the brush lettering in my planner as well, and I kind of go in spurts of doing so. I sometimes will do more of it. Sometimes for a while there, I wasn't doing any at all. And I guess that was just, I don't know. I just wasn't. So now I'm trying to sprinkle it in sporadically because I do really like it. I do really enjoy doing it as well. And so that seems perfect to me because I'm finding that this should be a fun, creative process if that's what you want. And I do want that. I do want this to be a creative outlet as well as a place to remain ultra functional. So I should allow myself those things that I really enjoy and that I have a lot of fun with. And that includes breaking out my brush markers and adding a little bit of brush lettering. I don't want to go crazy and I'm not a professional or anything like that. And but just enjoy it in my own way and in the way that I do it. So again, this green, I'm not entirely sure it actually even matches, but I don't care because I like it and I like it on this page, I think. So that's also just really fun for me to like get to do different things and break out markers, like for example, that I have in my stash and that I haven't used. And yeah, let's do it. Let's put them on the page. So all right, so you can see across the bottom, those are my appointments, my activities, the places I need to go and or slash be. Now, obviously, I'm not going to my 16-year-old son's high school baseball practice, but I do pick him up. So I do need to write that in there so that I can make sure I am there. So that's why I still consider it like my activity or whatever, because I'm still responsible for picking him up at the appropriate time. Now, I do love layering stickers. I eternally love layering stickers. So that's why, for example, in that box on Thursday, I didn't love the bottom sticker. So I'm using it as the base. Put something on top of it and let the edges peek out. And I think that is a great way to layer and then use stickers you don't love. Because let's be honest, there's always going to be some that you buy a kit, you don't love these 6 stickers. Okay, well, how can you use them for layering? So now I have a to-do list, which is personal things like around the house or for my family, and then I have work to-dos. And I like to have separate sections for those because I regularly review those and take care of those. And so this was, I wanted to kind of break that up. So not having my personal to-dos and my work to-dos together, which is why I just changed up the order of the thing on my page. I'm still a work in progress there. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully, I'm able to come up with a solution that completely works. And I also do think that this still helps move my eye around the page because this would 100% be unexpected. Like, whoop, I open up my planner and now my to-dos or my activities, my appointments and stuff, they're not in that second row where they have been for a year. So now I need to find them. So we'll see. This is obviously the first week of trying that out. So I got to be patient, give it a go, usually more than a week to see how I really feel about something. One of the things that I like to do, and I talk about this fairly often, is to sort of be conscious of the white space because after the fact, after I'm done planning, I do like to put in books that I read, shows that I watch, movies that I watch, things like that, and then also little extra bits and pieces of decorations. So I have to really be careful, or not careful, but I have to be mindful of my white space and how I use it. So I have to think about, okay, I've only got like 4 work to dos. I've got all of these personals. How can I line these up in order to use the white space the best? If I just left 2 little rows of white space every single day on a couple of different categories, then A, the planner would look the same every single day. And then 2, which by the way, I don't think that would actually look good if every single day was, identical or very close to being. And then I wouldn't have any bigger chunks to add extra full box stickers if I had any left over, things like that. So I like to be cognizant of that. So for example, look on Wednesday. So I was thinking about where I wanted to put my work to-dos and then I also put my personal to-dos. And I only had 2 of each. So where can I put these so that I can maximize my use of stickers and then also add other things if necessary? And this is where I came up with, because again, I don't want to have too large of a plain white space because my box stickers are only so big, right? So again, it's just thinking this through and being mindful of what I'm doing versus just throwing it all out there on the page. Now on Friday, I added the list of rides that I went on when we went to Universal Studios. And now for Saturday and Sunday, I usually do those together because, I try to keep my weekends, I don't do a ton of work on the weekends. So on Sunday, I watched four Halloween movies, which probably seems like a lot, but my sons and husband went to the Chargers versus the Bears game. And so I was by myself for a while. So I decided to use that time to watch Halloween movies, which I love. So I wanted to stamp out or write out the movies that I watched for on Sunday as well. So I thought that was a super fun way to do it, just to create a little list and then make it a little bit decorative. So now I have all of the functional things on there and then also like books and movies and things like that. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to fill those empty spaces with the extra stickers. If I had more spaces than stickers, I would add some stamps too, but it's not really necessary in this particular week because I had plenty of stickers left over. And honestly, I've been doing a lot of stamping lately, so I'm not bummed about that or anything either. It's not like, oh, I should have done more stamping. No, it's cool. I've been doing a lot of stamping lately, so it feels okay too just to play with the stickers. Now you can see I'm also trying to not put like, oh, two box stickers right next to each other, or even theme-wise, I'm trying not to put two witches' hats right next to each other. Just shake it up a little bit, give it a little bit of variety. And yes, it takes an extra 10 seconds to think about these things, but it really, I think, in the end makes it feel all a little bit more random, a little bit more cohesive, and all of that stuff. So that is it for me this week. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.